going on, everybody? Joseph Hadid here for Worldwide Sport Updates, your podcast, your news, your local community. Good morning, sports family. How's everybody doing? TGIF, Friday, October 13th, 2023. Yes, Friday the 13th. How's everybody doing? This is your host, Joseph Hadid, for Worldwide Sport Updates, your podcast, your sports, your news, your local community. Another week in the books, ladies and gentlemen, as we close it out and get ready for this upcoming weekend. And hopefully everybody had a great week, nonetheless. And ladies and gentlemen, speaking of Friday the 13th, you know what that means, right? For all my Halloween fans out there. Tune in today to watch all of Jason movies. Jason Marathon movies, that is. And Jason Voorhees, that is. Yes, to all my Halloween fans out there, yes, it is again Friday the 13th. And to all my, again, Halloween fans out there who love Jason, who are actually Jason Voorhees fans, today's gonna be your best day to get your popcorn ready and watch some Halloween movies and sit back. So probably a great way to end the Friday night and get ready for this upcoming weekend nonetheless. But before we get to this upcoming weekend, we got some sports to cover. And of course, this is a sports podcast. And we're gonna start, ladies and gentlemen, with some some NBA news. So you probably have heard, ladies and gentlemen, what transpired this past week with Miles Bridges. Yes, an arrest warrant has been issued for the suspended Miles Bridges. Let's get right to some details on that. An arrest warrant, ladies and gentlemen, has been issued for NBA star Miles Bridges over a prior domestic violence incident that, according to reports, the Mecklenburg County Sheriff's Office says that it has an unserved warrant for a violation of a domestic violence protective order, along with an unserved criminal summons for a domestic protective order violation, misdemeanor child abuse, and injury to personal property. Neither the warrant, which was actually issued in January, nor the summons had been officially served as of Wednesday night. According to WBTV, the TV station reported that the criminal summons was issued after an alleged incident on Tuesday involving the women involved in the initial domestic violence situation with Bridges. Yeah. So the arrest warrant has been issued for Mr. Bridges, and the police are looking for him as we speak. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, let's talk about some NHL hockey news. A lot to talk about here. And speaking of NHL hockey, ladies and gentlemen, the regular season started this past week, and a slew of games went underway as we speak. But, ladies and gentlemen, there is something buzzing in the National Hockey League. And it is about the Pride Tape. Let's get right into details on that. NHL bans players, ladies and gentlemen, from using LGBT Pride Tape on their hockey sticks. The National Hockey League will no longer allow players to put rainbow-colored tape on their hockey sticks in honor of the LGBT community. According to the guidance sent to teams before the new season, ESPN reported yesterday, on Thursday, that the NHL sent a memo that was titled "Game and Practice Related Special Initiatives" to all teams 2 weeks ago. The memo explained that players can't wear any specialty sweaters during games, warm-ups, and official practices. A portion of the memo obtained by ESPN stated, "Players shall not be put in the position of having to demonstrate or where they may be appearing to demonstrate. personal support for any special initiatives. And also, ladies and gentlemen, more details on the Pride. Ladies and gentlemen, more details on the Pride Tape. NHL's Pride Tape ban is a serious setback, according to Brian Burke, stating that in his quotes. Former NHL executive Brian Burke has sharply criticized the league's decision to ban players from using rainbow-colored sticks tape in support of the LGBTQ community this season. Burke, who spent 6 years as the NHL's executive vice president and director of hockey operations, said Wednesday in a statement posted to social media that the league-wide ban on rainbow tape removes meaningful support to protect a select few who don't want to answer questions about their choices. In his quotes, this is not inclusion. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, this is not in conclusion, in his quotes, or progress, according to Burke. Now president of the PWHL Players Association, as he mentioned in his quotes. Fans look to teams and the league to show they are welcome. And this directive closes a door that's been open for the last decade. Make no mistake, this is a surprising and serious setback, according to Brian Burke, ladies and gentlemen, in his quotes. All right. So according to the statement that was brought forward to, according to sources and articles that was mentioned this past week. A lot of people are making their voice heard about the Pride set tape, ladies and gentlemen. About the Pride tape, excuse me. All right, more NHL hockey news to go over, ladies and gentlemen. NHL has suspended Golden Knights forward Brent Howden for 2 games for a headshot. The NHL suspended Vegas Golden Knights forward Brent Howden for 2 games without pay for an illegal check to the head of Seattle Kraken forward Brandon Tanev this past week. Howden will lose nearly $20,000 in pay, and that money will go to the Players' Emergency Assistance Fund. In the video explaining the reasoning behind the suspension, the NHL said Howden made Tanev's head the primary target, and that the hit was avoidable. The league also made the point of saying this was the first offense in Howden's 280-game career. Howden was given a match penalty for the hit, which occurred 6 minutes into the third period of the Knights' season-opening victory. 4-1 was the final score. And not to mention, during that night, the Vegas Golden Knights got their championship rings, and they also put up their championship banner on that night as well. It was a championship banner ceremony on opening night. So again, they are now defending their championship as the season gets underway for this upcoming year. All right, let's shift over, ladies and gentlemen, now to some NFL news. NFL and members of the Congress alarmed by drone incidents over packed sports stadiums. Yes, more information on that, ladies and gentlemen. When a drone was spotted over the Ohio State-Maryland college football game on Saturday, officials quickly suspended the nationally televised contest and pulled the players off the field. The interruption was brief. The drone flew off, and police tracked down and arrested its pilot, who told them he lost control of his newly bought craft as it meandered over Ohio State in Columbus. He faces multiple criminal charges, but police said they found no evidence of malicious intent. All right. So a lot of people and who actually attended that game, and a lot of people who were watching that game were a little buzzed about that, and they needed kind of a lot of information on what occurred during college football Saturday, again, between Ohio State and Maryland. So there was a lot of question marks in that. So for anybody that went to the game or was watching that game, there was a lot of itching and scratching on exactly what was going on, that the game had to be in a delay for a brief moment. All right. More NFL news to go over, ladies and gentlemen. A lot of people have been questioning this past week. Why are the Denver Broncos set to part ways with defensive end Frank Clark? The Denver Broncos, yes, ladies and gentlemen, are set to part ways with defensive end Frank Clark, according to an ESPN reported released yesterday. The decision comes on the heels of Clark's recent contract reconstructing, which, as per ESPN, according to sources and reports, could make the veteran player a more attractive option for a potential trade. With a disappointing 1-4 start to the season, the Broncos have already made moves to address their pass rushing situation by trading away Randy Gregory to the San Francisco 49ers last week. And also, ladies and gentlemen, according to reports and sources, the Denver Broncos are shopping Patrick Surtain Jr. and Jerry Jeudy. They're also on the market. So are some teams gonna be calling the Denver Broncos to possibly get those potential players? So we shall see. All right, let's shift over, ladies and gentlemen, to some Major League Baseball news. The Houston Astros have sealed their 7th straight American League Championship trip as they prepare for the Texas Rangers this upcoming Sunday to set up a big-time Texas duel. So it's a big Texas matchup, ladies and gentlemen, that's about to get underway. Ladies and gentlemen, yes, so pretty much you all know this. They say everything is bigger in Texas. Right or wrong. And an American League Championship Series showdown between the Astros and the Rangers may be enough, ladies and gentlemen, and may be enough to send the Lone Star State into a baseball-fueled frenzy. Astros versus the Rangers, Dusty Baker versus Bruce Bochy. Ladies and gentlemen, it cannot get any better than that. It's all about getting your popcorn ready and watching this epic blockbuster baseball matchup. You know, talk about hot October. You know? A baseball matchup in the making for the month of October. And it cannot get any better than this. Astros versus the Rangers, ladies and gentlemen. Space City versus the Metroplex. You know, you can call it that. With a berth in the World Series on the line. One day after the Rangers locked up their first ALCS berth, since the year 2011. The Astros are back in the ALCS for a remarkable 7th consecutive season after beating the Twins 3-2 in a tense Game 4 of the American League Division Series this past week, on Wednesday, that is, at Target Field. So, should be an interesting matchup, ladies and gentlemen. And for the Rangers, they swept, ladies and gentlemen, in defeating the Texas Rangers, ladies and gentlemen. They swept the Baltimore Orioles this past week, and are now locked and ready to go in this epic Sunday matchup between Texas Rangers and the Houston Astros. So again, ladies and gentlemen, for the Texas Rangers, this is the first time that they have locked a trip to the American League Championship Series berth since the year 2011. And again, for the Houston Astros, what a remarkable what a remarkable turn of events for this franchise organization, as again, for the 7th consecutive season, they go back to the American League Championship Series in defeating the Twins again this past Wednesday with the final score 3-2 in defeating the Twins at Target Field. So, yeah, this one is going to be a blockbuster epic of a matchup. So get ready, folks. Not only the American League Championship Series that is set to begin on Sunday, but ladies and gentlemen, you're also talking about the National League Championship Series. The Phillies, ladies and gentlemen, they defeated the Atlanta Braves also yesterday with the final score. I think the final score yesterday in that matchup was 3-1, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, the Philadelphia Phillies defeated and sent the Atlanta Braves packing home with the final score 3-1, ladies and gentlemen. And the Phillies, speaking of the Phillies, they also make a National League Championship Series in back-to-back seasons. They made it last year, and now they make it again this year. And ladies and gentlemen, speaking of last year and this year, they knocked off the Atlanta Braves in back-to-back seasons. So how remarkable is that too, on the National League Championship side? I don't want to cry. So with that being said, for the Philadelphia Phillies, they now have a date, ladies and gentlemen, at Citizens Bank Park on Monday with the Arizona Diamondbacks. As the Arizona Diamondbacks also, they swept the LA Dodgers this past week. And now they prepare to travel and get ready for the Red Hot October. Yeah, the Red Hot October Philadelphia Phillies at Citizens Bank Park, ladies and gentlemen, this upcoming Monday. So, ladies and gentlemen, with that being said, let's break it all down again. The American League Championship Series is set to begin this Sunday between the Houston Astros and the Texas Rangers. And then on Monday, the National League Championship Series will set to begin between the Arizona Diamondbacks and the Philadelphia Phillies. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I want to get more details here. You all realize that 3 100-win teams have been eliminated from the postseason. Can you believe it? Ladies and gentlemen, the Baltimore Orioles, who were swept in the playoffs, they won 101 games in the regular season and they got swept. For the LA Dodgers, they won 100-win regular season game and they got swept and eliminated from the Major League Baseball playoffs. And for the Atlanta Braves, who won the best Major League Baseball team, ladies and gentlemen, they won 104 wins in the regular season. They were the best team in Major League Baseball, and they also got eliminated in the playoffs. How crazy is that? How crazy is that? Baltimore Orioles, Atlanta Braves, and the Los Angeles Dodgers, 3 100-win teams in the regular season who had the best regular season performances, all got eliminated in the playoffs. Ladies and gentlemen, it's not all about how you perform in the regular season. It's all about how well you carry that in the playoffs. And unfortunately, they couldn't deliver and they got eliminated. Yeah. How sad of a story, right? I don't want to cry. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's all for this week. I will see you on next Friday's recorded podcast. Till then, ladies and gentlemen, always tune into our recorded podcast. Hit the like button, subscribe, share it out. Let everybody know what Worldwide Sport Updates is all about. For your daily sports updates and information that you may have missed, always tune in to youtube.com. Search us by WWSUP by Joey for all the latest sports updates that you may have missed. We're always here, ladies and gentlemen, to give you the latest sports updates. We're always dedicated, and we always give you the best to our capabilities, to our best of our abilities, to give you the accurate current of events of information for your sports needs, ladies and gentlemen. As you pour in your cup of coffee, tune in the morning hours or evening hours or afternoon hours, wherever you may be. Always listen to our podcast, ladies and gentlemen, and show love and support and share it out, ladies and gentlemen. We appreciate it from the bottom of our hearts, nonetheless. This is Joseph Hadid, ladies and gentlemen, for Worldwide Sport Updates, your podcast, your sports, your news, your local community. Stay blessed. Have yourself a great weekend. Take care of each other, and we will talk soon. Bye-bye for now.